Anything? Anybody have any quick question I can answer before we start the other question and answers?
It's actually a question for my cousin Diana in Vernon. It's a question my cousin Diana in Vernon asked me to ask you tonight.
Okay.
In your book, you talk about physical changes.
Mm-hmm.
Could you talk a little bit about that?
Mm. The physical changes happen during this learning. It's like a real healing happening. But this real healing happening, and sometimes a person feel like so many different ways. Sometimes feel like I feel like sick, right? Sometimes very, very beginning, new people come, they experience so much even nausea, kind of anxiety and those kind of things in the beginning. But as the person moving forward, and then even more physical changes happening, sometimes it's just like it depends on individual. Sometimes it feels like a feverish, feel like I'm so tired, I want to stay quiet, and and these physical changes is not you actually getting sick. It's actually the body's gear inside is changing, right? Even suppose the person is in one rut from so long, in one pattern from so long, from ages. So the body is familiar with that pattern also. Body itself don't understand. But body is so used to. So as soon as the person begin to see that pattern within, so seeing the pattern, opening up in the pattern, and it's a very different feeling for the physical body. Right? Because sometimes it does feel very weird to the body. Right? Because it's going into the different gear than before. Yeah. And also as the physical change is happening, also sometimes even the mind also keep changing in so many different ways. And yes, even the doubts come more, right? And that's very normal, right? The doubts don't come when the person is falling into the old self, because the person is familiar. And when person moving into the unfamiliarness, it's like opening, moving, letting go, happening. And that is not, it doesn't feel normal in the beginning to the person, but it's true. Right? So that's why a person need to learn how to stand what is true rather than how the person feel, physical and mental ways. Right? And even in a normal people's lives, I see so much. It's like it's easier to fall into the negativity. Person is familiar, person don't doubt. Right? And moving into the positivity means coming back in own self and waking up. Right? And it doesn't feel right because a lot's of responsibility for the person to be in. when something person is familiar with, it's so normal, it's so easy. So that's why being in the sleepiness is easier, and being awakened is difficult. Right? Because of your body also changing, and that doesn't feel also normal. Your mind as shifting, you're shifting to the higher, and also the doubts coming. Nothing feels like, according to what you planned, this is the reality. Right? Because the reality means you're not familiar with. You know within, but you're not familiar with as a person. Right? Because person is only familiar with what the person call normal life. Even falling, person feel normal. Right? Yeah, getting up within and even standing in the tiny little responsibility within, like standing in the positivity within, it feels difficult. Because person is so used to stay irresponsible. Irresponsible means person is being driven by the patterns, beliefs, and the old self everywhere. Right? It's automatic. Don't need you. Right? So that's why the automaticness is easy. But because of the automaticness, the person suffering. Yeah. And this suffering, this cycle, only person able to be free from as the person gonna begin to take the responsibility and willing to wake up every single way in everything. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because body is innocent in a way. Because whatever the person put in, body becomes used to after a while. But then later on you forget, and the body believes it because it's in that gear. Yeah. So healing, the real healing, it does not feel like it's real healing in the beginning. But slowly person do see that the real healing happening within itself. Not according to the person expecting. Right? It's according to as you opening up to every single way. It's like, even for example, some kind of fear, some person holding on to something from so long, right? Even holding on to even children, like even attachment, something, right? It's a holding. And the person is only familiar with this holding. And the body also becoming used to for that from so long. So the person is so uptight in it, and person believe it's a normal, but it's not normal. And when the person see the attachment, and then by seeing the attachment slowly, you learn to lose that attachment within. And the body is in awe. What is going on, right? Yeah. So that's why you learn to trust the unfamiliarness. You trust what you even don't understand. Right? You trust what you know within. Right? Knowing within is from the heart, from the higher. It's very subtle. It's in everyone, but it's subtle. So whatever is subtle, this is what is the person is learning here, how to be in there, how to be in that, so I can open up further, more into my higher. Because the higher does not have a form, it's not feelable or touchable. Right? So whatever is not feelable and touchable, it's hard to trust that. It's like even emotions, feelings, are feelable or touchable. Right? The person believe I am that, but you're not that. Right? You are much more than that. Right? So, but little by little the person learn how to be what is beyond and discover who you are actually. Because in a normal life, like living even in this family life, so much happening, so much, and the person easily go in the doubt, because the person able to roll around easily, because that's what person is familiar with. And but easy to roll around because that is a touchable, feelable, touchable, and hard to get out of it. And getting out of it is not person need to push that on the side and get out of it. No, you stay wherever you are, even you are rolling around in it. Just open your eyes in it. Simple, simple ways.
So I just wanted to clarify, so are you saying like every holding that we have causes a contraction in the body? So as we let go of things, then that's how the body heals because those contractions are being released?
Yes, yes. It's like how body can breathe when there is so much holding, right? And holding the body is actually in a stress. It's like so many times person don't even know what is causing the trouble, my health. But so much trouble being caused by this, right? Yeah. And as you open, as you are learning to let go, open, it's just the body able to breathe more. Right? It's like even mental ways, something happen, and the person really depend on person's habits. Person's gonna being tightened first, right? And some people they are coming from the heart. If for them it's real piercing in the heart first, something happens. So they feel direct way. They don't really close, right? So depend where the person is coming from, and mostly if the person is really don't like to open up, don't feel comfortable, whoever the person is, and this is what happens first: close, protect, tight, right? So it is a big healing happening as the person learning within. And many times it's like suppose there is a fear to lose something within, right? Even that attachments, this is how they are. if the person is losing that attachment, in the beginning, the whole person go in the reaction, like you're really losing something, right? So I'm just saying because this attachment is a big thing especially in a human, attachment to anything, to children, to money, to familiarity, to anything, yeah. So that fear, when the whole system, tremble first, but as long as you are okay to even let everything tremble, and you're okay, continue, and then you're moving through it slowly, slowly. Because even any mental control, it is affecting your body. But person is very unaware, right? Person is not aware this holding. This is the first thing person not aware. But body shows the effects later on. Then person cannot make a connection with this holding and effect. So more and more you are aware, then you are being closer to yourself. And you're aware what you are doing to yourself.
Is that actually mean that because we live in this physical world, and in this physical world we are exposed, all the diseases go around, and the tiny little bit of disease is already in us almost every day and every way as we eat and do things in this life. So if we are open like this, then the body can deal with those tiny little bit of beginning diseases and doesn't get sick so easily if we are open and soft and in love, in
Yes.
lovely way.
It's
Live
just
this life.
like, yes, it is, but I cannot say completely. I cannot say completely because the person is so many ways able to be effective from the outer energies, right? And depend the degree of that effect also. So I cannot say completely, but so much more, like it's just like the person already, people are walking in this path, they already do see with their own self how much their body's been healed. So much. It's like unbelievable healing happening. It's just like normally I heard so much like people go into the healers. Something is happening, the person go into the healer, right? And that healing just like a quick fix, right? And this is not quick fix, because this is you are the one opening up from inside, right? Because the quick fix, if anything, is you fixing from outside, because your habit is still same. You're gonna create again, right? So if you're seeing from inside and you are aware of it, so many ways. Because of the mind is very strong, and the amount of the part of the mind is not in this awareness, and that amount of the mind is still being effective, right? Because still there is a belief system in it. And yes, you are less effective, even from outside. And And sometimes I even see like so many people as they opening up, because of the before they were so much in the protection, right? So as they opening up and they being effective first, because before they used to protect oneself so much, right? Nothing can touch me. So strong. Some personalities are very strong, right? So as they're dropping that protection, and sometimes they get hit by so many things in the beginning, right? But slowly they build up this awareness where they don't. And that is not protection. This is just awareness not being effective now. So there are so many different ways to see and to be